Today, I'll challenge myself to recreate 14 classic board games with Lego, and we'll also test them in real play to make sure they're all genuinely playable. Buckle up, let's go get started. The first challenge is Connect 4. I started by arranging 42 round plates in rows of 6, forming 7 rows so to create a 6x7 grid. Then I connected the neatly lined round plates with 2 kinds of tiles, and then lined the edges as well to finally finish off the base panel for Connect 4. 2 such boards will require to be made. Next, I built columns with studs on both sides and attached them to the panel's back, dividing the structure into 7 channels, then adding the another panel and also 2 support stands. The Connect 4 board was almost complete. I also need to create a special sliding rail, which will be set below the board. When it slides to the middle, it blocks the channels. When moved to the designed position, the channels open. Then we can make game pieces to run a test, grabbing pieces and dropping them eachly into the channels. They smoothly pass through and got blocked by the rail one by one. After then sliding the rail, all the pieces can fall out. Test succeed. After everything was set, I asked my girlfriend to play the game with me. During the game, both types of pieces dropped smoothly, and the color of the pieces visible through the gap could clearly indicate the winner. When the game ended, resetting the board with the sliding rail was also perfectly smooth. So Connect 4 challenge fully succeeded. The second one is called Jenga, starting with the Jenga pieces first. I used 7 bricks as the base of the block, then reinforced with 3 plates and topped with tiles. The size and proportions are nearly identical to real Jenga blocks. Such blocks will have to make 54 totally. After lining all up neatly, they can even be used for a quick game of dominoes. Next step is to stack them together, 3 per layer to form a Jenga tower. When finished, I found that the tower looks pretty wobbly and not even at all, so I made a support frame to help align them. With the frame's help, the tower stands perfectly straight and stable. Then my girlfriend and I tested out. Whether pulling it from the middle or the side, the block slides smoothly, and even when the tower collapses, it looks exactly like the real Jenga. However, my girlfriend said the game felt a bit too easy, so I decided to take her advice and upgrade this classic game a little. Here's my idea. Replace each block's tiles with colored ones using 6 colors in total. Each color owns 9 blocks, so finally still 54 block totally. Then lining each color as a separate layer and stacking them up to make the tower easily distinguished. The upgraded game will need to use chopsticks and a colored dice. Start with rock, paper, scissors, and the winner rolls the dice first. Whatever color comes up, the player must use the chopsticks to pick out a block of that color and place it on top of the tower. Since the chopsticks are made from Lego, they're smooth and slippery, making it quite difficult to grip the blocks, let alone to pick up the exact colored blocks firmly and stack it on top. With these improvements, the upgraded version of Jenga becomes far more challenging and a lot more fun than the original gameplay. Besides that, I have also improved the tic-tac-toe. With a little modification to the pieces, it can become completely different. I created some nesting pieces, each set consisting of large, medium, and small sizes. The smaller ones can fit inside the larger ones. Then built 4 sets for both the red and blue side. Let the game begin. Under the new rules, larger pieces can eat the opponent's smaller ones and win the game. Of course, the opponent can strike back with their larger ones to fight as well. The upgraded gameplay not only significantly enhances the strategic depth, but also makes the entire game far more thrilling. Till now, we've completed 3 challenges and have another 11 waiting for us. The following board game is Battleship. First, I used dark blue and medium azure pieces to build 2 base frames, representing the ocean board and the target board in the game. Then I covered the center area with 2x2 jumper plates, 10 across and 10 down on each board for a total amount of 200 jumper plates. Along the edges, I added tiles labeled with numbers from 1 to 10 and letters from A to J so they could mark the coordinates. Alright, let's put the 2 boards together for a quick preview. It actually does look pretty good. I also found that the ice cream pieces fit perfectly into the jumper plates, and they work great as pegs. Red one stands for a solid hit and green one's a miss. It's just perfect and there's no better pieces than it. Next, I added more ice cream cones to fill the empty slots on both sides of the ocean board. As for the remaining empty space, that's for the most important part, the fleet. I made 5 ships in total. Each one can be secured to the board using jumper plates. Every ship has a corresponding number of circular holes, so when there's a hit, you can plug in a peg to mark the situation. With that, we've now finished the ocean board. After that, let's move on to the target board. This build is relatively simple. Only need to decorate the empty spaces around the edges with some pieces. I used printed pieces, weapons, and chains for detail. The last step, I built a rotating structure with a sloped back to connect both the ocean and target board. When opened, it will provide solid support for the upper board. Okay, brick buddies, this is my Lego version of the Battleship. I have meticulously designed every detail of it, and I'm very pleased with the final result. To play against someone, I also built a second set of it. After playing, I dare say that it's about 100% comparable to the real one. For the next board game, I started by using 2 types of slopes to build a rack with 3 tiers. Each tier is able to hold something thin. Based on the informations provided here, take a guess what game this is. The answer is Rummikub. Besides the racks, I also had to make the number tiles. I chose white 4x6 plates as the base, then bordered 4 sides to create a centered 2x3 area for the numbers. From 1 to 9, everything went pretty smoothly. But once I reached 10, a problem appeared. I found that 2-digit numbers wouldn't fit in the space. Expanding the area to 4x3 would make the numbers stick out, which wouldn't work, so I had to come up with a new design. I decided to use one on the left to represent 10, and on the right, add a dot to represent 1. So the symbol will mean 11, 2 dots for 12, and 3 dots for 13. As for 10, I simply removed one section from the 11 symbol. So 10 is completed too. Each number tile needed 2 sets. Besides red, I also made blue, yellow, and black ones. But we haven't done yet. This isn't enough because we're missing the 2 jokers. Altogether, we have 106 number tiles in total. Considering everything is done, it's game time. Making and playing Rummikub entirely out of Lego bricks was such a fun and refreshing experience for a brick lover like me. After completing the above 5 challenges, I searched on the internet and found quite a few popular board games. For example, the memory number game. This video here has over 1.3 million likes, an absolute hit. Let's go and challenge it. I decide to arrange numbers in the center of an 8x8 round plate, making a total 10 of them, and all in black and white colors. Once set up, flip the board over so the numbers face down. Shuffle them around. Place them back neatly, then get ready to play. The first person to flip it over, if the number revealed isn't 1, he loses and must flip it back and let the opponent play. If the number is 1, he can keep flipping as long as the numbers are in a consecutive order till the end of the game. But once the sequence breaks, all the numbers must be flipped back over, and the opponent can start over. Players need to focus so to remember the positions of numbers. The game continues until someone flips 1 to 10 and finally wins. The biggest hit has to be this color stacking game, which has received a massive 2.35 million likes. I'll definitely have to try this one. First, we start by taking out several long cross axles from the Lego Orchid sets, with a total amount of 6. After that, we need to insert them all into the black base here. Next, we need to make various colored rings. I create 6 different colors totally, and build 10 rings for each color. After then, I mix up all the rings, and randomly place them all on the 6 poles. And that's it. While one set wasn't exciting enough, so I built a second identical one. This way, we could race against a friend. With 2 players, it all comes down to speed. Whoever matches the colors in the same pole first will be the ultimate winner.
Yay, I'm the winner.
Next, the Rope Untangling Game is very popular as well. First, I used a few angle connectors, spacers, and 3 L-axles to form a circular ring. After inserting half pins with friction into the connector holes, I made a white round plate and secured the ring to it with the 1x2 plates with pinholes. Now we've completed the base for the Rope Untangling Game. We can use zipline hoses as the ropes because they're soft, elastic, and have connectors at both ends. By attaching with these tow ball bars, they can easily slot into the holes on the base and can be removed just as easily. After everything is tested out, all 7 ropes need to be inserted into the base and need to be twisted and tangled together. The more tangled, the more fun. At the same time, remember to leave 2 holes open so the ropes have some space to move. After actual tests, the game works perfectly. Luckily, Lego offers not just rigid plastic pieces, but also these flexible ones. Otherwise, this challenge would have been much harder to complete. By now, we've finished 8 challenges. There are 6 more ahead waiting for us. I decided to try something different. Combine the left ones together and made a 6-in-1 superboard game. When you open this box, you'll see that it contains 3 games inside. Let's see the blue area first. It's tabletop curling. On the opposite side, there's a spring-loaded string. Placing a piece and pull the string, it'll be ejected. Passing through the middle hole, the piece will land in the scoring area. Landing in the blue zone scores 1 point. In the white zone scores 5 points. And the red center zone will score the most 10 points. Next, focus on the orange area. It's tabletop bowling. Place these 10 pins one by one on the white circles. After setting up, it actually looks quite satisfying. On the opposite, there's also a spring-loaded string. When you launch a piece, it can knock over the bowling pins. The points you get will depend on the pins knocked down. The more pins you topple, the higher your score. The third game is bounce chess. We place 8 pieces next to each of the 2 spring strings, representing the red and blue side respectively. The goal is simple. Launch all your pieces to the opponent's side to win. Although it sounds simple, but it's not easy to win. While you're shooting, your pieces might bounce to the walls, or get directly knocked back by your opponents. Meanwhile, your opponent keeps firing pieces to your area, making your side even more crowded. So the faster and more accurate you are, the better your chances of winning. When folding the board, the outside of the box also features 3 games. The first one is Go Bang. Just take out the black and orange pieces. You can play Go Bang with your friend together right away. Flip to the other side, you'll see chess. And all 6 types of pieces can be built with bricks. Brick buddies, if you like chess, this one's definitely worth a try. Now gently remove the chess pieces and replace them with the bounce chess pieces, and it instantly turns into checkers. Brick buddies, do you still remember playing checkers with your friends when you were little? Okay, so that's all for the 6-in-1 superboard game. To bring this idea to life, I went through countless trial and adjustments, and in total, it took over 3,000 pieces to achieve this final challenge. Finally, I'm happy to say the 14 Classic Board Game Challenge has been successfully completed. This is the end. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.